He chose his mother over his pregnant wife. Until it was almost too late. It was a Sunday afternoon in Lagos. Amara adjusted her yellow dress nervously as she stepped out of the church hall. "Excuse me," a voice said gently behind her. She turned. A tall young man smiled. "Hi, I'm Daniel Johnson. I've been trying to get the courage to talk to you since service ended." Amara laughed softly. "Is that so?" "Yes. And I'm glad I finally did." Something about his voice felt safe. They talked for hours that day, about dreams, about faith, about building a peaceful home one day. "I want a marriage where my wife feels protected," Daniel said confidently. "My father wasn't always present. I want to be different." Amara's eyes softened. "That's beautiful. If only words were enough." 3 months later, Daniel held her hand outside a modest house in Suraleh. "My mom can be strong," he warned gently. "But she means well." Amara smiled nervously. "I respect elders. It will be fine." They entered. Mrs. Grace Johnson sat upright, her eyes sharp but smiling faintly. "So this is Amara." "Yes, Mom," Daniel said proudly. "The woman I want to marry." Mrs. Johnson studied her from head to toe. You look quiet." "Yes, Ma," Amara answered respectfully. "Can you cook?" Daniel laughed. "Mom." Mrs. Johnson didn't laugh. "In this family, a woman must know her duties." Amara swallowed. "I can learn anything." Mrs. Johnson nodded slowly. "We shall see." On their way home, Amara squeezed Daniel's hand. "She doesn't like me." "She'll come around," Daniel said quickly. "Don't worry." He believed that. Their wedding was joyful. Music. Laughter. White lace. Gold gelly. Daniel lifted her veil and whispered, "It's you and me against the world." Amara smiled through happy tears. "Always." Mrs. Johnson sat in the front row, proud but watchful. 2 weeks into the marriage, Mrs. Johnson began visiting daily. At first, it seemed helpful. "Don't arrange the kitchen like that. Daniel doesn't like too much pepper. In my son's house, we wake up by 5 a.m. One evening, "Daniel," Amara said quietly, "I feel like a guest in my own home." Daniel sighed. "She's just adjusting. Give her time." "But she corrects everything I do." "She's my mother, Amara. Please don't make it a problem." Her heart sank. She wasn't trying to compete. She just wanted space to breathe. 6 months later. "Daniel." Amara's hands trembled as she handed him the test strip. He stared. Then smiled widely. "We're having a baby." Tears rolled down her cheeks. "Yes."
So happy.
They
right
hugged
now.
tightly.
Me too.
But
my
when
love.
Mrs. Johnson heard the
is
news, pregnancy is not sickness, she said firmly. "Don't start forming weak woman." As months passed, Amara grew tired. Swollen feet. Back pain. Emotional waves. But there was no sympathy. "Why are you lying down again?" Mrs. Johnson snapped one afternoon. "When I carried Daniel, I was still working in the market." Amara looked at her husband desperately. "Daniel, please." He shifted uncomfortably. "Mom, maybe she should rest a little." Mrs. Johnson's eyes hardened. "Are you telling me I don't know pregnancy?" Silence. Daniel looked down. That silence hurt more than the words. One rainy night, Amara clutched her chest. "Daniel, I can't breathe." He rushed her to the hospital. Hours later, the doctor spoke. "She has severe hypertension caused by stress. The baby is in danger." Daniel felt his knees weaken. Through the hospital glass, he saw his wife crying alone on the bed, holding her stomach. He remembered his promise. "It's you and me against the world." but he had left her to fight alone. Mrs. Johnson arrived the next morning. What happened? I told her not to be dramatic. That was the moment something inside Daniel shifted. No, Mom. She blinked. Excuse me. No. She is not dramatic. She is exhausted. She is stressed. And I allowed it. Daniel, I have failed as a husband. Silence filled the corridor. I love you, Mom. But you cannot run my marriage. When I married Amara, she became my responsibility. My priority. Mrs. Johnson's voice trembled with anger. So she has poisoned your mind. Daniel's eyes were steady. No, Mom. My silence almost cost me my child. For the first time in his life, he chose. Mrs. Johnson moved back to her own house. Boundaries were set. Peace slowly returned. One evening, Daniel knelt beside his pregnant wife. I am sorry, he whispered. I hid behind respect when I should have shown leadership. Amora's tears fell freely. I never wanted you to disrespect your mother, she said softly. I just wanted you to protect me. He pressed his forehead to hers. I know now. A man who cannot defend his wife is still a boy. Months later, they welcomed a healthy baby boy. Daniel stood beside Amara during delivery, holding her hand tightly. This time, he did not look away. Moral lesson: love is not proven by sweet words at the altar. It is proven in moments of pressure. A man must honor his mother, but he must protect his wife. When a husband refuses to set boundaries, he silently invites destruction into his home. Marriage requires courage. And sometimes, love means choosing even when it's hard.
Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.